Gaining muscle while losing fat is the holy grail for most gym goers. We all want to build a bigger, stronger, leaner, and more muscular body. Traditionally, bulking and cutting has been the method of choice to achieve this. It's been the blueprint bodybuilders have followed for decades to achieve incredible physiques. But is this the best way? Recent research has shown that recomposition, gaining muscle and losing fat simultaneously, is possible even in more advanced lifters. But does it work better than the tried and true approach of bulking and cutting? First, let's get a few definitions straight so we're on the same page. Bulking is when you deliberately eat more food to create a calorie surplus so that your body weight increases and, in theory, so does your muscle mass and strength. Cutting is a period of time where you deliberately eat less to create a calorie deficit. When cutting, you will lose body weight with the intention of reducing your body fat levels. Recomposition is when you increase muscle mass and lose fat at the same time. This is generally achieved by eating enough calories to maintain your body weight. Now that you understand those terms, let's jump in. One popular piece of advice amongst coaches and internet experts is that you should get lean before bulking. The belief is that being lean at the outset means you'll gain muscle more efficiently. The main theory behind this belief is an increased insulin sensitivity. The higher your body fat, the lower your insulin sensitivity, and vice versa. So the logic is that if you are leaner, you'll gain more muscle and less body fat when bulking. On the other hand, if you bulk up from a higher body fat, you'll gain more fat and less muscle. This view has been long accepted as fact within the fitness industry. When we investigate the science, however, the evidence to support this is severely lacking. In fact, the idea that getting lean first actually helps you build more lean muscle is not supported by cross-sectional studies in athletes or long-term studies in recreational lifters. So you don't necessarily have to cut down and get lean to build muscle effectively. The next question is, do you have to bulk to gain muscle mass? The general consensus in the lifting community has been that you need to be in a calorie surplus in order to build muscle. While this has been widely accepted, multiple studies have found muscle growth in an energy deficit. So on the surface, it seems you don't need to bulk in order to put on lean mass. This has been further supported by recent research that has got the fitness industry in a bit of a fluster. One 2020 study by Barakat has shown that recomposition is possible even in experienced lifters. In this review of the existing scientific research, he provides several examples of impressive recomposition effects. Here is a summary. Acad et al. Found that participants following a specific training protocol gained 1.5 kilograms of lean mass and lost 1.5% of body fat in 8 weeks. In another study, participants managed to gain 1.4 kilograms of lean mass and lose 2.4 kilograms of fat in only 6 weeks. Calhoun et al. Found that subjects training 6 times a week in their study were able to gain 2.6 kilograms of fat-free mass and lose 0.1 kilograms of body fat. This is exciting news. Gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time is obviously very appealing. It also seems like the most efficient way to do things. After all, why spend months bulking, then several months cutting to get in shape when you could have been moving towards a bigger and leaner body the whole time? While you can build muscle in a calorie deficit and recomposition is possible, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best option for you. In fact, a meta-analysis of Murphy and Kohler from 2021 found that cutting reduces the rate of muscle growth when compared to bulking. Interestingly enough, cutting did not reduce strength gains compared to bulking. So you might want to consider your personal goals when weighing up the pros and cons of bulking and cutting. If your goal is to pack on size and get massive, then bulking is probably your best bet. If you're more focused on strength gains, however, then you might be able to stay lean year-round while achieving this goal. For example, one study found that an energy deficit of 500 calories reduced the average effect size of muscle growth to non-significant levels, but didn't negatively impact strength gains. So muscle growth did occur. Without a lab full of sophisticated equipment, it was so small it was hard to measure. Purely based on the science, it seems at least 50% of people gain some degree of muscle in a deficit. Unfortunately, those gains were so small, they'd make almost no noticeable changes to your physique. Alright, at this point you may be a little confused. If body recomposition is clearly possible, why not just gain muscle and lose fat at the same time? Sadly, it's not that simple. One of the keys to determining if you should bulk or cut is your current condition. Assess your current physique honestly. Are you lean or are you carrying a little more fat than you'd like? How hard do you train? Do you consistently follow a good program or do you wing your workouts? What about your diet? Do you give it much thought? Or do you just slam a protein shake from time to time and hope for the best? This is all vital information because the chances of a successful recomposition occurring can be triangulated between 3 factors. These factors are 1. Training age, 2. Training status, and 3. Body fat percentage. Training age is simply how long you've been training. Training status refers to how advanced you are as a lifter. Training status can be measured by strength levels. While there is a genetic component to strength potential, your current levels of strength do a good job of indicating how effective your training has been. Body fat percentage is self-explanatory. Based on these three factors, you can pinpoint how likely recomposition is for you. If you train your ass off on a well-designed program, have your diet dialed in, prioritize sleep and recovery, are lean, and have been doing that for years, then the chances of recomposition for you are pretty slim. Since you have little room for improvement in your training and recovery to pack on much more muscle, you will likely need the support of a robust calorie surplus. On the other hand, research does show that beginners respond faster to strength training and cardio and are able to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. Most specifically, if you are relatively new to training, carrying quite a bit of fat, aren't particularly strong, and don't give much thought to your recovery, you're in a much better spot to achieve a successful recomposition. So what should you do? Bulking and cutting works. Decades of anecdotal evidence shows that it is an effective way to build muscle and lose fat over the long term. However, recent research has indicated that it is not the only way to gain muscle and lose fat. Recomposition is a viable option for many people. The answer to the question is not cut and dry. To determine what's best for you, honestly assess your training age, training status, and body fat. With that data, you can determine if a recomp is in the cards for you. If it is, then this may well be the best approach. If, however, the odds are stacked against you, then a simple rule of thumb is this. If you're above 18% body fat, cut down to 10 to 12% and commence your lean mass phase from there. If you're already relatively lean, then continue lean bulking, or bulk slowly to ensure you're putting on more muscle and less fat. Remember, the longer you can remain in a growth phase without getting too fat in the process, the more successful the bulk will be. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below, as it'll truly help out the channel. Also, if you're training consistently and your nutrition is in order, yet you're failing to see noticeable results, check out our science-based recovery stack. With Pitch Black and Maxed Out, you'll have your post-workout needs covered with clinically dosed products proven to improve sleep quality, enhance recovery, and increase muscle and strength. And right now, you can get 25% off your entire order. Just head over to musclemonsters.com/supplements or click the link in the description and enter the coupon code MONSTER at checkout. And if you're enjoying the content and want to support the channel, all we ask is that you click the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss another video. Peace.